Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vrachachana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrachachana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vrachachana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Nitai Gaura Premanande. Verse 28. Yes, I have Sanskrit in one line. Somebody knows how to read this Sanskrit?
It's not a verse.
It's read side word by word.
Actually, here it looks better in the board, because in the website it's just one line.
It's not a meter. There's no.
No, it's not a verse, it's just a map.
Yeah, we can read just standard. No. Is it visible to others?
I suggest we do word by word.
Tamasorabata iti Manvantara dipatayaha Anyasyam api jayayam Trayah putra asanuttamas Tamasorabata iti Manvantara dipatayaha Anyasyam api jayayam Trayah putra asanuttamas Tamasorayavata iti Manvantara dipatayaha. Please.
Anyasyam api jayayam Traya putra asanuttamas Tamasorayavata iti Manvantara
dipatayaha.
Anyasyam api jayayam
Anyasyam api jayayam
Traya putra asanuttamas
Trayan putra asanuttamas Tamasorayavata iti Manvantara dipatayaha.
Anyasyam api jayayam
Anyasyam api jayayam Trayan putra asanuttamas Tamasorayavata iti Manvantara dipatayaha. Anyasyam jayayam Trayan putra sanuttamas Tamasorayavata iti Traya putra sanuttamas Word by word translation. Anyasyam, other. Api, also. Jayayam, in the wife. Trayaham, three. Putra, sons. Asan, there were. Uttamaha, tamasa. Uttama, tamasa, raivata. Uttama, tamasa, and raivata. Iti, thus. Manu antara, of the Manvantara millennium. Adhipatayaha, rulers. Translation. And his other wife, Maharaja Priyavrata, begot 3 sons, named Uttama, Tamasa, and Raivata. All of them later took charge of Manvantara millenniums. Purport. In every day of Brahma, there are 14 Manvantaras. The duration of one Manvantara, the lifespan of one Manu, is 71 yugas, and each yuga is 3,320,000 years. Almost all the Manus selected to rule the Manvantaras came from the family of Maharaja Priyavrata. 3 of them are particularly mentioned herein, namely Uttama, Tamasa, and Raivata. End of purport. Om Gina Timirandasya Ginanjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Yana Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhuttare Swayarupa Kadamahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripasindu Bhayevacham Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you for coming for Srimad Bhagavatam class. Nice to see many people. I thought that today will be like usually 2 or 3 people, but many came. Not all because of this. Yeah. So we continue the story of Maharaja Priyavrata, his transcendental activities. Or Srimad Bhagavatam very special because it describes either Krishna pastimes, his personality, or his devotees, who is not ordinary people, who all of them very special. And this chapter describes Maharaja Priyavrata, who was a great devotee, and he became a king by the order of Brahma. And now the story continues and explains about how he begot sons who will later become rulers of the universe. Yes, there are different numbers. Manvantara consists 71 yugas. It's like big amount of time, because we used to live like in everything very short. This our history, like 200 years, and it's all there almost. But these scriptures explain about such big numbers, like millions of years. Kings who was ruling for so long. I also noticed that he's mentioned Manvantara is a lifespan of one Manu is 71 yugas, and each yuga is 3,320,000 years. Because I thought that usually we call this Kalpa, consists 4 yugas, and each yuga is like Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga, Dvapara, Treta, and it's usually the smaller. But here is mentioned yuga is like Kalpa.
Yuga is also synonymous to age.
It can be also like 4 yugas. Yeah. So this chapter explains, just if to remember, about King Priyavrata, who is like I mean, like, it was said in the beginning that Shukadeva Goswami, he was astonished to know that King Priyavrata, he was before detached, but then he became like externally attached for all this material opulence, kingdom, because like it's not common for a devotee to be attached for something material. And the story explains about why King Priyavrata, he took this position of a king, why he was begot so many sons, took this responsibility to rule this country, kingdom. Yeah, and it was something already, I think, explained, and later it will be more explanation in this chapter. That he took this like an order from Brahma, because there was some plan that they need a person who can nicely rule the kingdom and populate the earth, and Krishna like to put devotees in this position, because if it's not a devotee, then it will be like we have now, this Kali Yuga and all these leaders, so-called leaders and so on. But Krishna likes to put a devotee because when a devotee in charge, he can rule nicely and inspire people for spiritual practice, inspire people to become devotee. So this verse, like with a short purport, I don't have much to say about this topic, and I may be a little bit switch. I wanted just to say about exactly, just a moment. Yeah, in general about spiritual practice and about illusion, how this influences us and how we become free from illusion. Because this chapter not much explain about that King Priyavrata was an illusion, but still it is this material world, this meant for conditioned souls who come here for some purpose. We want to enjoy, we want to try this material enjoyment, and this creation meant for this. And also it's meant, of course, to purify us and to give to us realization that there is something better, something higher than material enjoyment. And just a moment. I just wanted to say, like, this all creation consists different energies of God. What is the same? Some lower energies, higher energies, like material nature, living entities. I'm also took this from 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, because now I'm studying Bhagavad Gita, I'm doing Bhakti Shastri. And this chapter nicely explains about this, that all these energies is called divine energies. Like this verse from 7th chapter, Daivi Hesha Gunamayi, Mama Maya Duratiya. Daivi Hesha Gunamayi. I mean, Daivi, it means divine. Gunamayi, this energy consists of 3 gunas. And here is, we can see there is like lower energy, like material creation, all material elements, 24 elements. Even our mind, ego, senses is all part of this material energy. It's also quite interesting and important to know that that the soul is above all. So soul, like we higher energy, and we above all this mind, ego, because many times we can think like we have different desires, we have different occupations and so on, but sometimes we think that this is desires is me, and we think, oh, this is good for me, I should do this. How I can neglect my nature? Because we can identify ourselves with this body and think this, I really want this, I cannot live with this, I have to work for this. But actually spiritual knowledge gives to us realization that we are different from all these desires, from our mind, ego, we something higher. Spiritual practice helps to us to understand this, to overcome this material influence, because it's said that Krishna created this world, all these energies, and living soul, we all spiritual souls, we higher energy, but by arrangement we become covered by this material energy, and we always need the help to become free from this, because we cannot be free by ourselves. Even it's interesting, it explains that we like living entities, we are higher energy, but by influence of the lower energy, which is divine, we cannot become free by ourselves. But it's also interesting why. If somebody have some maybe ideas, why is it so? That we like higher energy became influenced by lower energy, and why we cannot just by ourselves overcome this? Yes.
Because we forget about the other state, and if you forget about the other state, you don't want to go back because you don't know it exists, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
Okay, thank you.
Maybe because we have a lot of things that we can control and to enjoy for our own, and then Krishna makes us in this decision. So if we still have this tendency, we're still
Mm-hmm.
then Krishna's energy is much stronger than us. So it's not possible to get out of that.
Mm-hmm.
When we bound up in Maya with the ropes of the three gunas, it's not possible to get free by our own.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Yeah, it's because it's our. He wants to add.
Krishna has desires. So Krishna fulfills all the desires. He fulfills the desires of the living entity. So if our desire is to enjoy the material energy, he will put us in a situation and circumstances where we can enjoy. But if we are sincerely trying to have a sincere desire to come under this internal energy, and he will make arrangements for us to be there.
Yeah, this is because of our desire. Because of our desire, we covered by this energy.
Yeah, we have a little bit of independence. Like we have a bit of, what do you call this? Freedom.
Yeah.
What's the word I want to freedom. A little bit of freedom to decide what we want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when we go out on some treatment, we can see when we are giving books to people, even if you explain a little bit of, even if you do preaching, they still don't want to accept it. They're like, yeah, you are right, but I will not take the book. Because they have this mind independence.
Yeah. Yes, thank you. It's a good point about it. It's our desire, because of our desire to enjoy this material nature. Krishna arranges all this Maya is like it's illusion, and it works according to Krishna plan, because we had this desire to enjoy, and all this illusion is meant for this to help to us, because otherwise we will not be able without illusion to enjoy, because it's not a real position of the soul. Real position is to serve Krishna. Jvera Svarupahaya Krishnera Nitya Dasa. In spiritual world everyone want to serve Krishna. It's just their nature. It's nature all of us. But because of our desires, this material nature create all these varieties, all this different identification. I'm this, I'm that. This mood of passion, I have to do this and that. I have these desires. And we become entangled by all this illusion, these material responsibilities, family, job, garden, cats, dogs, anything. And but also it's said that Daivi Hesha Gunamai, Mama Maya Duratya, Mam Eva Ye Prapadante, Mayam Tam Tarantite. Those who surrender to Krishna, they can overcome this material nature. And this, all our practice about this, all what we do every day, this spiritual knowledge, different service, has helped to us to surrender to Krishna, to show our desire that we don't want anymore to be under influence of this illusion. We want to try to surrender to Krishna. And Krishna, he is waiting for this. And when we sincerely surrender to him, we also have to gradually understand better and better what it means to surrender. Because surrender is not only about external rituals, about just put some clothes, put some tilak, and do some rituals and so on. It's about the heart. Where is our heart? Where is our shelter? Because when our shelter is in material identifications, material enjoyment, then Krishna can allow to us still try to enjoy. But when we, by spiritual knowledge, by the mercy of devotees, as was said, that we cannot overcome by ourselves this material influence, but by mercy of a devotee and spiritual knowledge, we can do this. Because when, like, we all came here because of Srila Prabhupada, of his like mercy and mercy of other devotees who was serving him, serving the parampara, and and by following this, we can become more and more free. Also, in this 7th chapter, and it explained in the end that this material illusion is called Ichha and Vesham. We'll find the verse. Here it's 27 verse. If somebody knows what is Ichha and Vesham?
Attachment and devotion.
Usually I heard that Isha is a desire. Maybe attachment also. The desire and hate or aversion. Yes, there's 727. Ichha dvesha samudhina dvandva mohena bharata sarva bhutani samuham sargayanti param tapam. O sign of Bharatam, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are both into illusion, bewildered by dualities arising from desire and hate. It says that all living entities are in the illusion because of this Ichha and Dvesha. When you study Bhakti Shastra, we have also these pictures that like there is a soul and there is two energies. What's like make like it's at least in my Bhakti Shastra, it shows like electricity and making this shock for this soul and this like desire and hate, and this soul became like an illusion. It's like influenced by these all two energies. And what is this desire and hate? Somebody knows what is this about? What is this like? Two energies, what does influence us? Desire for what and what kind of hate?
It's a duality. It's like one is sounds like one is desiring, one is rejecting. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's also connected to God actually. Something connected to God, some desire and hate from the soul towards Him. At least in Bhagavad Gita it's explained in this way.
He doesn't hate anything, he does not desire anything. He doesn't desire anything for his own self, he desires anything for Krishna's service.
Yeah, but now we speak about conditioned soul. Now we speak about conditioned soul who is under this influence, desire and hate. And I'm trying to understand what is this hate and what is this desire.
Is it envy towards Krishna? Because we want to play Krishna.
Yeah, yes, we can say this also. Yeah, hate it can be like envy. Okay, in this purport from this verse, Prabhupada say, illusory energy manifests itself in duality, desire and hate. Moved by this desire and hate, ignorant people want to be equal with God. It's a like desire to be equal with God. This desire, we want to be God, like you said. Yeah. And they hate the thought about that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like Mataji said, when we give to people a book, because they can be inspired by devotees, by their energy, by some maybe nice words, but they also have this inside, this material desire to enjoy. And this everything was connected to God. Even that if you say directly about God, many people they will say no, it's not for me, because especially Kali Yuga, like people so like how to say, there is a lot of hypocrisy in the spiritual religions and so on. People already like gave up all this, because maybe in beginning of life some people was religious, they tried something, but then they probably was disappointed and they they become like materialists, scientists, and so on, because they understood, wow, it's not for me. I don't want to be part of this. Yeah. Okay, and next verse. It's also a nice verse. Yeshant vantagatam papam, jananam punya karmanam, tedvan vamoha nirmuktam, bhajantamam dridhavrata. This verse says that persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion, and they engage themselves in my desire with determination. Yeah, it explains about the importance of this pious activity, of devotional service. Because when we, like it said, like we became free from the sinful activity in one way, in this life and in previous life, because sinful activities entangle us, put us into illusion, because we want to enjoy matter and we do sinful activities, we neglect laws of Krishna, and yeah, it's like it's create our karma, and we become entangled more and more. But when we act piously, especially in devotional service, it said like in this life and in previous life, then we become free from these dualities of delusion. The dvandva moha nirmukta, dvandva illusion and moha, dvandva duality and moha illusion. We become free. I bhanjante mam dridhavrata, and we can surrender Krishna with determination. Yeah, we can also see that some people have more determination in devotional service, devotees. Some people have less, because it's also because of our previous and current activities. And this is also inspiration how to become more determined. It explained that we have to become like free from sins and make more pious activities. Even when we read Krishna book, in many places it's said about gopas, gopis, this mother, father of Krishna. It says they became like this because they performed a lot of pious activities in previous lives. Remember this? Yeah. Actually, we can gradually become friends of Krishna by pious activities, what we do like every day in this, especially in temples, a lot of opportunity to do seva. We can come and offer our time, energy, our heart to Krishna. And I wanted to say a little bit more about a few aspects of our spiritual practice. What is most important? It's a Mahamantra and Prasadam. So first I will read few things about Mahamantra. Where it was.
What's the reference for this?
Sorry?
What is the reference for this?
Most important. It said that our tongue is like this verse, definition of bhakti from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. From Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's a very famous definition of bhakti. There's one verse about Anya Bilash Tashunyam, Gyana Karmadi Navritam, Anu Kurena Krishnanu, Shilanam Bhakti Ruttama. No, it's this in another verse about this when identification with Sarva Upat Vinirmuktam, Tat Paratvena Nirmaram, Hrishikena, Hrishikesha, Sevanam Bhakti Ruttata. And in this verse it said we have to become free from all this material identification, Sarva Upat Vinirmuktam, Tat Paratvena Nirmanam, Hrishikena, Hrishikesha. We have to serve Krishna, who is a master of the senses, with our senses. Hrishikena, Hrishikesha, Sevanam, Hrishikena, Hrishikesha, Sevanam. But there was word with tongue. Hrishikena, Hrishikena. Okay, now I forgot. But there was somewhere said about it. Devotional service starts with our tongue, and we have to chant by tongue the holy name and eat prasad. And this but it's we heard this many times and many different instructions. The holy name is the essence of a devotional life. It's our yuga dharma, And prasadam is also very important, because what we take, it become part of us. If we take something what is especially cooked by non-devotees, I will read some also verse, and we can also become like materialists. Even devotees who already have the faith, when they take food cooked by non-devotees, their mind will be contaminated. So, just a moment. There is nice quotes. First about holy name. It's also found interesting. It explains about humility. What does it mean? It's Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adilila 17:31 and 32. 31 is Trinadapi Sunichina, Taroriha Ivasahishnuna, Amanina Manadina Kirtanya Sadahari. One who thinks himself lower than the grass, who is more tolerant than the tree, and who does not expect personal honor, yet is always prepared to give all respect to others, can very easily always chant the holy name of the Lord. And 32. Urdhva Bahu Kari Kahon Sunak Sarva Loka Namasutri Gandhi Para Kandhi E Shloka. Raising my hands, I declare, everyone please hear me. String this verse on the thread of the holy name and wear it on your neck for continuous remembrance. Each time Mahaprabhu advised to put this shloka in our, like we have Kantimala, we have to make this shloka in our, some devotees even have this tattoo, like here. And Prabhupada gave very nice purport about holy name here. It's a small one. When chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the beginning one may commit many offenses, which are called Namapasa and Namaparadha. In this stage there is no possibility of achieving perfect love of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Therefore, one must chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra according to the principles of the above verse, Trinadapi Sunichina Terorivasa Hishnuna. One should note in this connection that chanting involves the activities of the upper and lower lips, as well as the tongue. All three must be engaged in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. The words Hare Krishna should be very distinctly pronounced and heard. Sometimes one mechanically produces a hissing sound instead of chanting with the proper pronunciation with the help of the lips and tongue. Chanting is very simple, but one must practice it seriously. Therefore, author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadasa Kaviraj Goswami, advises everyone to keep this verse always strung about his neck. Actually, it's not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but Krishnadasa Kaviraj advised this. Yeah, Prabhupada gave this explanation about how this verse about humility connected to proper chanting. Because if person is humble, if he's serious, Prabhupada says that Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Devi ki jai, Shri Gaurantai ki jai. That chanting is very simple, but one must practice seriously. And seriously it must, we have to be sincere and humble in a way that we accept this properly. Because process is given, explained by acharyas. It's said we have our lips, tongue, we have to pronounce, not make in our mind, pronounce and hear. Prabhupada says that one should not in this. Yeah, it should be distinctly pronounced and heard. Because I just say this because it's quite common. You can go to any temple, everywhere you see devotees who chant like some silent Mahamantra, silent meditation, or like, because it's essence. If we want to control our mind, and even to put ourselves in the humble position, because this Hare Krishna mantra put us in the position of a servant. We ask Krishna, Krishna, please engage me in your service, and we humbly accept this method of chanting because this our surrender. We understand that, yeah, we are conditioned, but Krishna is so merciful. He came, He gave to us holy name, and when we accept nicely, then we'll have a result. Because Prabhupada said in the beginning that of this purpose that when we in the level of Namabhasa and Namaparadha, there is no possibility of achieving perfect love of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Yeah, if our goal is love to Krishna, then we have to accept this proper method. But of course, can be, not everyone will be in the level of pure devotee. There is many devotees around who will also willing at hoti and put some tilak, but they can be not pure devotee. They will not perform properly this practice. They will, they will have some desires. Maybe they want to go to heaven, or like some liberation, like karma and jnana. This was like to enjoy, have a peaceful life, nobody disturb you, you have everything. You worship Krishna, Krishna give you everything. Or jnana, you also influenced by this contamination of knowledge. You don't want to surrender and to serve. You just want to also control in the way that you understand everything. Yeah, because of this, it's very important to follow pure devotees, and then we also can attain the higher goal. I also remember Prabhupada mentioned one thing about because pure devotee is very rare, and Prabhupada mentioned that sometimes when we don't, it's an analogy, when we don't see around big trees, even a small tree can look like something special. Because if everywhere like some grass or bunches and only a small tree, you can look on this tree and you can think, wow, this is special something. I mean, it's also when around us we don't have a pure devotees who like a big trees, who like pure devotees. If you see only some small tree who like devotee who is like contaminated by these desires, we can also think, oh, this person is so great, I want to worship him. But yeah, especially when we read Prabhupada books, we will see this big tree. We have to read Prabhupada books and all these examples of pure devotees. Then we will be able to recognize who is a big tree, who is a small tree, and we will not be bewildered, because around always some small tree who have some desires, who want to prestige, pratishtha and everything. And because even like Prabhupada was saying about Guru should be pure, then we can surrender to him and we can achieve everything perfect. But sometimes because we want to be cheated, we accept somebody who is a cheater. Especially nowadays, so many different gurus, mixing, creating some different philosophies. And when we surrender to this person, we can be bewildered. So a little bit more I can say about prasad as I wanted, and then we can maybe discuss. There is many verses about prasadam. I can read few. One is Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Antirila 6:278. When one eats food offered by a materialistic man, one might become contaminated. And when the mind is contaminated, one is unable to think of Krishna properly. In purport, Srila Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakura suggests that people who are materialistically inclined and sahajiyas, also called Vaishnavas, who take everything very casually, are both vishayas or materialists. Eating food offered by them causes contamination, and as a result of such contamination, even a serious devotee becomes like a materialistic man. This is like interesting. Serious devotee can become like a materialistic man just by eating food what is cooked by vishayas, materialists.
Yeah, but if he is eating healthy food, then he's not serious.
Sometimes you can take something you don't know where it came from. Yeah, I mean, like of course, like serious devotee will not take something from the shop.
Because
I mean, cooked from the
because he knows that it will not be good for him spiritually.
Yeah, of course, like sometimes we can see that some even devotees, they go to the pizzeria or something and they take vegan restaurant. Yeah, because it's like it's actually a very interesting point, because when before prasadam we read this Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmani Vaishnavi Salpapunyam Vatam Rajan Vishwasanam Vajayate. Mahaprasade Govinde, in faith in the Mahaprasad and Govinda, Nama Brahmani Vaishnavi, in the holy name, and Vaishnavas will not be developed in a person who is not pious enough, I think, yeah? Yeah, who is not pious enough. I mean, like, and we should have faith in Mahaprasad, and we should know what is prasad, what is not. Because prasad is cooked by devotee, especially by pure devotee, who follow everything nicely, who not watching TV, like Mahasabha Prabhu said like this. If somebody, you have to go to your kitchen and see what's cook do. Because, but of course, in the kitchen you not always see what's cook do. Because maybe they go to somewhere after cooking, maybe they, it happens. I saw this sometimes, like, can watch TV even. I mean, like, we have this material taste for material enjoyment. Because they live in a temple, they do some service, but sometimes you eat this prasad, and then your mind becomes like strange. Some desires come, and you cannot focus when you read books, you cannot focus when you read when you chant holy name. But especially it's about food cooked by non-devotees, because if you go to this cafe, pizzeria, and offer some food, and somehow, I don't know how, offer to Krishna, say, Krishna, please accept, but how Krishna can accept what is cooked by non-devotee with an improper mood, without standards? Yeah, people do this. It's like, but it's said that even a serious devotee becomes like a materialistic man. And later then said, there are six kinds of association: giving charity, accepting charity, becoming like accepting food, offering food, talking confidentially, and inquiring confidentially. One should very carefully avoid association with both Sahajiyas and who are sometimes known as Vaishnavas, and the non-Vaishnavas or Avaishnavas. Their association changes the transcendental devotional service of Lord Krishna into sense gratification. And when sense gratification enters the mind of a devotee, he is contaminated. The materialistic person who aspires after sense gratification cannot properly think of Krishna. Yeah, we should be careful with this. And also, sense gratification can be dangerous. Of course, we are allowed to satisfy our senses to extent that we feel good, that we can serve Krishna. It's recommended, but also we have to be careful not to engage much opulent food, opulent life, clothes, and so on, because it can be contamination. Because of this contamination, we will not be able to think of Krishna, because we will be satisfied by all these external things, and our heart will be already filled with something, and there will be no space for Krishna. And better to fill ourselves with nice prasad, with Krishna Katha, association with sadhu, and then in this way we will be happy. So yeah. Yes, there is many nice verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita about how devotees enjoy when food offered to Jagannath, to Krishna. It was said also that pure devotee, he just enjoy by cooking different preparations for Krishna, and by seeing these preparations. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it was story when he went to temple, he just by seeing preparations, he was satisfied. And it's also Prabhupada right in his purpose to this verse that he comment this from Guru Vastakos, we sing in morning, Chatur Vidha. Yeah, this one. And he says that spiritual master, he enjoys when he see that 4 kinds of food offered to Krishna, and like devotees enjoy this food. It's not just he want to enjoy by himself. A real spiritual master, he not like just, he want servant who will cook for him some opulent food, and he will not to come to kitchen to see what the devotees eat, and he want to enjoy. If you see such a spiritual master, of course you can accept him, but it's up to you what you want to achieve in life. But it said Prabhupada that pure spiritual master, he like enjoy when he see as a devotees accept food what's offered to Krishna, he enjoy by this. And such personalities we should follow. Yes, there is many things to say about also prasadam. I was reading yesterday, it was really interesting. But now it's time to finish, and if somebody can add something or maybe some points, questions, please. Yes, Yamuna?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So, I was thinking about the verse, like, if you know something about this other wife of Maharaja Priyavata, or the three sons, Uttama, Tamasa, and Raivata, what they did afterwards, and how they were, like, because they were so great rulers, and in one sense we should become like rulers also, not in that sense of course, but at least over our bodies. So I thought maybe you can elaborate on the qualities or the personalities.
I just only heard read that it was said that they became manus. All of them become manus. In the introduction to this like summary explanation of this chapter, it said but for sure, yeah. Of the 10 sons of Priyavrata, 3 sons named Kavi, Mahavira, and Savan accepted sannyasa, the 4th order of life, and other 7 they become rulers of 7 islands. But this about other sons from another wife. But these 3, it was also mentioned somewhere. I can try to find the names. It was mentioned that they became manus, but I don't know. I don't remember. Maybe somebody remember. Do they life described later in Srimad Bhagavatam? Because I don't remember. Yeah, I just have read for sure that they became. Yeah, it's said in the I found. Maharaja Priyavrata also had a second wife, in whom he begot 3 sons named Uttama, Raivata, and Tamasan. All of them were elevated to the post of Manu. Yeah, this all was said in there. Something else?
Thank you. If there is no other question, I have a point. Like, you mentioned that we should really become a friend of Krishna, and that's actually very deep what it means to become a friend of Krishna. And I wanted to ask what you know about, like, what really facilitates that to get here to Krishna, and how we should because actually everything is coming from the mentality or the mood in your acting, like the devotional service. So maybe we can talk a bit about how to really become a friend of Krishna and deepen our relationship.
I don't remember when I said about become friend of Krishna. I mean, like when we do pious activities, then we can actually like elevate to the position, become a friend of Krishna. This.
Yeah. But it's not by doing pious activities. Actually, it's about our remembrance of Krishna.
Yeah. But devotional service, I think it's also pious activity. I mean, no. No, I mean, it's like, but in these verses you can see, of course, it's above, it's transcendent above this like karma, but like this verse, Tesham Satat, no, it's not Tesham. Yasham Tvantagatam Papam, Jananam Punya Karmanam. Yeah, of course, this verse of Bhagavad Gita not always explain about pure devotion service, but still, that even when, as I mentioned, all these Kafir boys, it was said that they performed a lot of pious activities. If you, I don't know, do you read Prabhupada books? If you read Prabhupada books, why you smile? Why you laugh? Because
it's funny because it's one of the 10 offenses to consider chanting of the holy name, which is the foremost practice of bhakti, to consider and to be one of the pious activities. So
but no, it was about karma kanda. It's a different thing. This pious activity is just materialistic. When you do just for sense enjoyment, to elevate yourself to the higher position in this world. But there is like also sukriti, like bhakti sukriti. it's also pious activity in the sense of it's like not materialistic, it's a devotional service. Yeah, I mean this, of course. It's because it's like in Krishna book everywhere you can see it's mentioned that by doing pious activity in many lives, they attain this position of the kafir boys, of gopis, because the devotional service pious activity we do like we distribute books, we do the sadhana, and so on.
Thank you for clarifying. Maybe on this point also, if I can share something. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur discusses this subject, how somebody comes to devotional service, and he considers the point of pious activities, and he says that generally people who have been practicing pious activities for many lives, they take up devotional service, but then he explains that it's not actually the pious activities that make the person qualified for devotional service, but he explains that it's like wood. If the wood is dry, then it's easier to light fire, and if the wood is wet, then it doesn't catch fire. So even if somebody is very pious, he will only take to devotional service if by the mercy of Krishna or a devotee. Like the wood can only catch fire if there is fire. Just wanted to add this.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, of course. There is verse also. It said, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavitamati kriyatoya dikutopilapete tatra laurem apimulya maikalam janma koti sukritaya nalabhyate. It's that pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness cannot be had even by pious activity in hundreds and thousands of lives. And it can be attained only by paying price, what is intense desire. And if you see somewhere, you have to purchase it without delay. Yeah, it said that even we do, but it said about pious activity, what is like, just standard, materialistic. But Bhakti Sukriti is different. Because Bhakti Sukriti, there is a desire to attain love of Krishna. Desire to please Krishna. And because of this, it's a devotee, he follows Shastra, he follow order of Krishna. He don't follow his desires because he's a devotee. He surrendered not to his mind, he surrendered to Krishna, and he doing to please Krishna all these different bhakti activities. You can say bhakti activities, you like, like bhakti, but not pious. Maybe it will be heard better. Okay, something else?
Just adding point to Yana's question about the prayer for the sun. So in the same canto, 5th canto, the first chapter, if you go on text 24, speaks about that because Priyavata, like Prabhuji also said, he had 2 wives. And from text 24, the first wife, it describes to whom he got married. And then text 25 describes how many sons he had with the first wife. And then till text 27, it describes about the sons with the first wife. And then when you go on the text 28, it describes about the second wife. And then the following verses are with the sons with the second wife. So maybe you can have a look on that.
Like the previous verses?
Yeah, these verses describe the sons he got from the first and the second. And the one which you asked for are from the wife from the second. And they are from text 28 onwards. Yeah, say in his other wife, Maharaj Priyavrata begot 3 sons named Uttam, Tamas and Raivata. All of them later took charge of Manvantra millenniums. And then the following verses are describing them.
Thank you. Okay. Something else, or we can finish? Prabhu, maybe you can add something?
Thank you. I want to I was just one of the thoughts that just came to my mind when Maharaj asked a question about becoming a friend of Krishna. And my understanding, or my realization is that actually our position is servant of our spiritual master, and let him decide
where we go and how we are engaged in service to Krishna. So we try, and but ultimately we're at Prabhupada. We're at Prabhupada's lotus feet, and if he introduces us to Krishna, if he takes us to Krishna, then we go. If he goes to hell, we also go. But we just our position is that of servant of Srila Prabhupada and our spiritual masters. That was my own personal realization that just came to mind when Mataji was asking her question.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. Prabhupada Lotus Feet is our shelter, safe place, because when we take shelter there, we can be saved. Okay. Granth Raj, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Swiss National Day.
We could quote this verse. Somebody who considers their country to be worshipable is like a cow. So we have many cows in Switzerland.
But today is good day for Harinam, and we could go for Harinam.
Oh my God, yes, in the evening.
Huh?
In the evening. Oh, Harinam at the lake.
At night.
Yesterday?
At night.
Yesterday?
But tonight there will be more of this.
Today will be more people there.
Today is 1st of August, everyone will stand at the lake.
Stand there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tradition.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Why is it staying there?
Yeah, they
Because
do
it's fireworks.
Work and they will celebrate. Ja, das wäre gut. Wo wollen wir denn auch jetzt Harinam machen?
Yeah, like that's cool.
Was die Movement ist.
My name is Yasdeo. Yasdeo. Yasdeo.
Was?
Boo! I'm from Australia. Yeah. So, yeah, I was visiting for shopping just from some people in Europe. Yes, I'm going around. Harinam Richie. So yeah. Yeah. No, in a short time now. Yeah. Few places like Harinam, UK, Sweet, few places. And then Navadam Prajapur from some time ago. Sweet with Sir Bhakti Charmach. Yeah. Yeah.
Like original season special.
Actually, originally from South Africa. But my parents not sure about that in South Africa. So myself and my sister in South Africa, and then after high school
Yeah. So then it's a little bit tricky to get the tempo. The time is like the time is 8 hours. So you know, so it's late night. That's okay, at least I can work remotely. So I can feel the devotee experience. Thank you so much. Yeah, please hurry on tonight, we'll join.
Usually go from 4 to 6.
No, Manayali is very.
I have to also check the weather.
Yeah.
Now it's good.
Okay, but it changes, no?
Yeah.
Public holidays, there will be many people here. Okay, everything is closed, no?
Yeah,
And
should be. Today should go some firework at night.
Okay. At early? Or
Yeah. Even they can sit right here because it's just from the
well, I'm free today, so if I can use any service, just let me know. I can try to.
Conference.